Today on the channel, the Cyrusher Rumble might be the best new affordable fat tire e-bike on the market. Let's check it out next. Alright guys, here's the Cyrusher Rumble. It might be one of the best value fat tire e-bikes I've had in the shop in quite a while here. We're going to have a 500 watt motor, a 48 volt 18 amp hour battery, a really nice looking frame in gloss black, also comes in a white with 20 by 4 inch tires. It's got a cadence sensor and a range of about 58 miles. It's on sale for $9.99, but with my discount code crisscrossed, you can get like 80 bucks off of that, I believe. So I'll put a link in the description and also the code in the description as well if you want to pick one of these up. It's a really nice looking step through. I love 20 by 4 fat tires, and this is basically the coolest looking bike I've gotten since I've had that Nesta. And that's saying a lot for 20 by 4s here. Most of the ones I've gotten have been pretty cheap from just budget companies, but Cyrusher is a name that is pretty well known in the e-bike industry, so they put a lot of great looking colorful e-bikes, and this is their, I think it's basically their entry-level model now. If you look at the price, it was like $13.99, but now it's $9.99 on the website, so grab one of these up because you get a lot for your money here. So let's go through the specs and I'll tell you more about what it has. Let's go over the sizing of the bike first. So first of all, the reach here between the seat and the handlebars is about 17 inches, so you're fairly close there. The bike itself is 69 inches long. It's good for rider heights 5'1" to 6'4". Payload with 350 pounds total, and the weight of the bike is 70 pounds. So it's not too heavy, it's not too light though. Here's a look at that battery. It just slides down the seat post here. It's a 48 volt 18 amp hour. It's good for 864 watt hours of power, and you unlock it with a key right here. There's also an on switch on the e-bike right here, and here's your charge port to charge it up. This comes with a 3 amp charger, by the way, so that's pretty good as well. It should take you about 5 or 6 hours to charge the thing from dead. And one other note about the batteries, these are rated for about 800 charge cycles, so that means you can charge this thing 800 times before it starts to degrade on you. So that's years of use, guys. So if you're wondering about how long these things last, you're talking about years. If you use them a lot, you get less. It'll take you it'll be a short amount of time before it degrades. But 800 days is like what, 2.5 years, something like that. So keep that in mind, right? These things they do last pretty long. They will degrade over time eventually. One thing I noticed with the seat post is that it's actually open back here. It's a flat surface, which is normally not on a seat post. I'm guessing that's for placement of the battery, but it's kind of open here. You can see down into the seat post. A little unusual there, but still looks nice. Here's a look at the motor. It's a 500 watt continuous power here. It says max speed 25 kilometers per hour, but the bike goes 28. You can get into the settings. I did that, and I can hit 28 with pedaling on here. So, but this is a Cyrusher branded motor. It looks like it's rated for 65 newton meters of torque, and again 500 watts on the motor itself. And this is a cadence sensor e-bike. This is the cadence sensor right here. Actually, you see the little wire coming out down here. This plugs into the controller, and the cadence sensor gives you the speed based on how many times you turn those pedals and what level you're in. So when it comes to tires and brakes, we're working with these Chow Yangs 20x4s, the nice knobby treads here, blacked out design, nice and fat. And I love this tire. Probably my favorite 20x4 fat tire when it comes to the knobbies overall. Here is your Cyrusher front suspension. It's an oil and spring suspension with lockout and preload. Lockouts on the right side, left side, right side over here. Here's your preload. And the brakes are 180 millimeter rotors. And these are DY Island brakes. They're pretty beefy looking. And see the, here's the brake pad. Pretty big looking brakes. Got some front lighting up here. And you also have a rear brake light. And the brake lights light up when you brake. When it comes to gearing, you got a 52-tooth double-sided chainring, all metal. Love to see that. And it's paired to a Shimano Tourney, 7 speeds, with just your basic freewheel back there. So there you go. It comes with a 1-year warranty for the battery, 1 year for parts, 2 years for the frame. And I do like the frame. It reminds me of the Velotric frame a bit, the fold. You got the 4 bottle cage bosses there. And just a nice, sleek, slim. It's clean too, right? There's nothing extra on this e-bike. It's very clean looking. Here's a look at your cockpit. We have these nice molded grips here. They do move, but they're pretty nice. They're pretty comfortable. Your display pad. Here's your DY Island brake levers. Come back to display. Your 7-sheet Shimano shifter. Quarter side twist throttle here. And your other grip. The display is pretty basic. It is kind of yellow and green, as you can see there. You got your battery bars. The light is currently on. Let me turn that off. There you go. A little bit brighter when the light is not on. Click the I button, you get max, average, trip, odometer, and that's about it. There is a walk mode on here as well. And here's everything you need to know. Pretty simple. I do like these control pads. They're nice. It is not a folding e-bike, but the stem does come down. So let me show you how that works. There's a little sliding lock, essentially. That's pretty simple, although it is plastic. Just be careful not to break that. Alright guys, we're on the Cyrusher Rumble. I am digging this e-bike. I love the form factor of 20x4s. This one is really good looking, even if it's a step through. Kind of wish they made a step over, but I'm not going to complain. It's a nice e-bike. Wish it was a 750 watt, but we'll make do. It's got a nice short reach, so I feel pretty comfortable. I got this seat raised a little bit here, so I'm fairly upright. Not totally upright, but fairly upright. You know, ghost pedaling, just a little bit. It's 27, 28. Hydraulic brakes. Definitely needs a bigger freewheel, probably. It's got a 52 tooth down there, so that's pretty good. We'll do another speed run here and do a hill test. Nothing rattles, nothing shakes. It's extremely stable. Very stable, in fact. I played with the settings and I was able to unlock the throttle here, so let's do a throttle only test. There's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Still gaining, 27.5. Can we get 28 on the throttle? Not quite, 27.5. Let me turn around and do a pedal test. Let me just check too, is it throttle limited depending on, I was in PS5 there, so if I do 2, no, it's not limited, I don't think. Maybe it is. Yeah, pedal assist 2 on the throttle, I'm doing 19, so you gotta be in PS5. Let me just turn around. I'll turn around back here. Try a pedal test. These grips are like really thick too. They're substantial. They feel nice. I wish they were locking, but I do love the overall texture of them. Alright, pedal assist 5. Let's see how quickly we can get to 28. There's 17, 18, 19, 22, 23. Power comes out pretty strong. 25, 26, 27. There's 28.8, 29. Wow. Whew. Legs are burning there at the end. Well, I do think, despite being a 500 watt, it's got really good power. Like, if this was my first e-bike, I would have been ecstatic. And for $9.99, damn. There's only a few, things that would change in this e-bike. We'll go over that at the end, but I really love this e-bike. It's like a thicker version of the Velotric Fold, essentially. Alright, let's do a throttle only test up here. We'll start, we'll come back, and we'll do a pedal test up the hill. I'm going to start doing more throttle only tests with hills too. Just to see what the differences are. I always pedal on hills, but if you don't want to, you don't have to sometimes. So solid so far. 14. Gaining speed here as you'll level it out slightly. It's mid-September. Temps are in the 70s out here in the Northeast. Just a beautiful time to e-bike. Doing a ride on Saturday as well to West Rock again. Okay. So let's see. So that Electric Express 500 watt, I think it was 9 miles an hour was the minimum speed up here. So keep an eye on the speedometer. We're at 10, 9.5, 9.1, 8.2 miles an hour from a 500 watt. So Electric Express is a lighter bike, so that's the difference there. All right, let's turn around and we'll pedal up this hill. Okay, drop it down to 4th gear. Try this again. It's the first time I changed gears on this thing, so it seems to work okay. And climbing. Let's get that squirrel. Getting a little ghost pedaling. Yeah. Legs are spinning a lot right now. I'm just going to turn them. 16. So 8.2 was the minimum speed with throttle. I don't think we should crack 10 here, so let's see how good I am at guessing. Right, I'm putting some level into the pedaling. 12. Yeah, I think we're going to crest it like 11 maybe. 11.0. That was it. with pedaling. All right, not bad. I'll call it minimum effort, or minimal effort, using my legs there. So 8.2 with throttle, 11 miles an hour with pedaling up my hill. It's about a 10% grade, I believe. Let's do a downhill coast. Test out the brakes. Test out the stability of this e-bike. Yeah, this thing is super well balanced. Right. No power, it's going to coast. This bike has no rattles. It just feels really solid underneath you. I feel very confident on it. And it's a hardtail, but I haven't minded so far. There's 30. Tap the brakes a little bit at 32 around in the corner. Chop for those garbage cans. Oh yeah. Peace. 33, 34. Hit the brakes. Nice. Those brakes are really grabby. That was a nice, stable run there. Really enjoyed that. Put it back in. 5. Let's go wrap this up. Cyrusher Rumble. Yeah, I've been long waiting to get a Cyrusher e-bike. They are one of the few brands left that have not sent me a bike. So Cyrusher, thank you very much. Glad you finally came around. You need every e-bike brand on the channel. I'm still missing Aventon. I've never gotten an Aventon before. And maybe one other brand, I forget. But Aventon, you're next. Finally got a rad this summer, so that was good. But Cyrusher makes a lot of colorful dual suspension e-bikes. They make a lot of step-throughs. My buddy of mine's got 2 of them. The Ranger and the XF something. Solid bikes overall. And what's different about them is their bikes are colorful. They have a lot of colors to choose from. This one just comes in white and black, but I actually like this blacked out version. It's pretty slick looking. And again, definitely it feels like a thicker version of the Velotric Fold, which I really love as well. That's got 20 by 3-inch tires. And that's $11.99. But that does have a 750 watt, but it also has a smaller battery, so for what you get here, it's a really great value. Alright guys, this is your Cyrusher Rumble, new e-bike from the company here. So what do I don't like about the bike? Well, definitely some ghost pedaling at the higher speeds here. I think it's just a 14 to 28 tooth. What's that Shimano on there? So it might be a cassette, I'm not sure. The display is pretty weak. I mean, you don't get percentages for the batteries, which I hate. E-bike companies, just put the percentage, please, as a baseline statistic for the rider. The rest of it's fine, but no percentage is a knock in my book. It's got moving grips, but the grips are pretty nice, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. You got grommets up front for a rack. You got lockout and preload. You got a decent suspension. I'm not sure what the travel is, but yeah, it's hard to complain about this e-bike, guys. For $9.99, and with my discount code, you can get it for even less. This is a no-brainer, this e-bike. Yeah, I mean, find me an e-bike that goes 28, has an 18 amp hour battery, that looks good like this, with 20 by 4-inch tires, and I challenge you to find that e-bike out there, because for what you get here, this is an excellent buy, and definitely a thumbs up from me. So I'll be holding on to this e-bike. I plan on riding it more. I want to figure out how to get a second battery on here. The controller is located kind of inside the battery housing here underneath. There's some screws to take off a plate there. But the Cyrusher Rumble is a winner in my book for sure. So thanks for watching, guys. Click that link in the description. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next Crisscrossed.